Hello, everyone. A very warm and pleasant good morning to all. Myself, Dr. Shivangi Pandey from National Institute of Naturopathy, Pune. Diwali is a symbol of hope for humankind. May this auspicious festival of light brings universal compassion, love, inner peace, and unity of awareness to all. I wish you and your family a very happy and prosperous Diwali from on the behalf of whole N9 team. We have come a very long way in this webathon. I welcome you all for the 48 days, 45th day of webathon series. The 48 days of webinar started on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti with the theme of Insights of Gandhi's Perspective on Self-Health Reliance and its Determinants on Public Health, and will be concluded on 18th November, that is 3rd Naturopathy Day, with the theme of Nurturing Vitality through Naturopathy, organized by National Institute of Naturopathy, Pune, in association with Regional Outreach Bureau, Maharashtra and Goa, and other associated partners. To talk on various topics who are directly or indirectly inspired by Gandhi's principle. I would also like to request our viewers to post their queries on YouTube page. The speaker is going to address questions as the time permits. Begin your day with a prayer and make it so soulful that it may remain with you until evening. With these beautiful lines, I would like everybody to join with us for today's prayer.
राम का हो या बंदा हो रहीम का, काहे भूले तू पौधा है इंसान का। राम का हो या बंदा हो रहीम का, काहे भूले तू पौधा है इंसान का। भेदभाव काहे करे ऊंच नीच का, खून तो सभी का है लाल रंग का। राम का हो या बंदा हो रहीम का, काहे भूले तू पौधा है इंसान का। सपना जो बोया था बापू ने देश का, आंखों में भाईचारा बसा एकता का। तुम्हारा हर दिल से और मन से बैर का, दिया जो जलाया था सत्य अहिंसा का। नीला हरा केसरिया मिट्टी में घुला, ये आसमां है राम रहीम बुद्ध का। राम का हो या बंदा हो रहीम का, काहे भूले तू पौधा है इंसान का। राम का हो या बंदा हो रहीम का, काहे भूले तू पौधा है इंसान का। भेदभाव काहे करे ऊंच नीच का, खून तो सभी का है लाल रंग का। राम का हो या बंदा हो रहीम का, काहे भूले तू पौधा है इंसान का। काहे भूले तू पौधा है इंसान का, काहे भूले तू पौधा है इंसान का।
Thank you, Makran Masranji, staff artist, Regional Outreach Bureau, Maharashtra and Goa. Good stories surprise us. They make us think and feel. They stick in our own minds and help us remember ideas and concepts in a way that PowerPoint crammed with bar graphs never can. Gandhiji had many inspirational life experiences, which is narrated by our director, Professor Dr. K. Satyalakshmi, every day in these webathon series. So I would like to request ma'am to tell us Gandhiji's definition of garbage.
Namaste friends, welcome to Gandhi Katha. Today we will see Gandhiji's definition of garbage. Once on seeing a colleague coming with a big chunk of mud, Gandhiji asked, "Why did you bring this?" He said, "To clean a jug." Gandhiji, "But then why such a big chunk of clay?" "It was there, so I brought it." "Are you going to wash it with all? What will you do with the remaining earth?" "Just as it was lying there, so it will stay here." "But then there it was in its own place. Here it will create unnecessary garbage." The first mistake you then make is that of creating garbage here, and the second is you do not cultivate the habit of thinking about how you should live your life. The colleague then turned into a deep thought. He realized that life of a great man is actually the sum of many such small details. Gandhiji explained his own definition of garbage to him. "Even if a log of gold lying arbitrarily anywhere in the house other than its own place in the treasury, it is called a garbage. Anything which is not in its own place is garbage." Friends, that is what is garbage according to Gandhiji. Now we must see how much garbage we may be piling in our homes and offices. Thank you, friends, for your time.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a valuable insight. Now, talking about the NIN activities. NIN is a training organization with higher training standards, systems, and process. Its existence is over 34 years of operations and runs various academic actions. Students undergo a skill development and competency assessment. To validate their strengths, trainee needs to develop their skills. We have 7 skill development courses like certificate course in acupressure for 2 weeks, certificate course in naturopathy cooking for 1 month, certificate course for hydro, chromo, and mud therapy for 1 month, certificate course for fitness training for 1 month, certificate course for massage techniques for 6 months, registered yoga teachers training course for 200 hours, and certificate course in basic acupuncture for 7 days. Anybody can join these courses like housewives, college students, fitness enthusiasts, etc. No age restrictions and qualifications except basic acupuncture is required. So the course fees for foreigners and NRIs will be charged 3 times of the fees applicable for Indian citizens. Now, moving on to the next segments. Every day, we are discussing about various pioneers who have contributed to the system of naturopathy. So let us welcome today Dr. Kajal, Medical Officer at NIN, to brief us about Henry Lindlar. Over to you, Dr. Kajal.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shivangi. So, today we will be talking about another pioneer of naturopathy. So, before we go for the pioneer, I would really like to say that history is our guide. And if we are not knowing about a history or without a knowledge of history, we are lost. So, we have taken a responsibility to share about the history of naturopath, that how exactly the system has been come to the existence. So we have taken a responsibility of sharing about the different pioneers of naturopathy. So today we will be talking about a great pioneer, that is Dr. Henry Lindlar. It is not an exaggeration to say that there can be no naturopath who will not be knowing about the catechism of naturopathy by Dr. Henry Lindlar. He was an industrialist turned medical doctor. WHO influenced many naturopathic enthusiasts. At the age of 35, he had developed diabetes, which was considered terminal in those days. There was no conventional treatment or cure for diabetes at that time. Hence, Lindlar, as a last resort, like anybody else even today, went to a nature cure sanatorium in Europe. He sought the help of Father Sebastian Knipp, who was already a popular naturopathic physician at that time. Upon recovery at the age of 40, he was completely convinced of the simple yet profound benefit giving the naturopathic system to be a most scientific system of the medicine. Lindlar then joined a medical school for studies. In addition to naturopathy training, he got instructions in osteopathy and studied diet and nutrition on his own efforts. Lindlar relied primarily on the most basic of natural remedies like proper diet, fresh air, light, water, and physical activity. Lindlar, in his Catechism of Naturopathy, proposed 5 methods of treatment. First one was return to nature. That's by regulation of eating, drinking, breathing, bathing, dressing, working, resting, thinking, moral life, and social activities, etc., on normal and natural basis. Another one was elementary remedies. That's usage of water, air, light, earth, magnetism, and electricity as a mode of treatment. Then it was chemical remedies, that such as scientific selection of food and its combinations, homeopathic medicines, herbal extracts, and the phytochemical remedies. Next one was mechanical remedies, that is such as corrective gymnastics, massages, osteopathic manipulations, and when indicated, surgeries. And the last but not the least was mental and spiritual remedies, such as scientific relaxation, suggestion therapies, constructive thoughts, and prayer of birth. So, Dr. Lindlar, a naturopath of extraordinary talent and vision, wrote books on naturopathy, of which of the following 4 volumes are very popular: The Philosophy of Nature Cure, The Practice of Nature Cure, Iris Diagnosis, that is a diagnosis made by looking into the eyes, and the last one was Lindlar, the Vegetarian Cookbook. So, this was all about Dr. Henry Lindlar. So, tomorrow we will be talking about yet another pioneer of naturopathy. So, to know more about the history of naturopathy and the naturopaths, please stay tuned with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kajal, for enlightening us with the life history of Henry Lindlar. Now, moving on to the most awaited segment of today's debaton. We have a very renowned personality with us, Dr. Narayan Hegde, who will be talking on Mahatma Gandhi's commitment on rural health, Uralikanchan, a case study. Dr. Narayan Hegde is a managing trustee of the Nisargopchar Gram Sudhar Trust, Uralikanchan, Pune, popularly known as Nature Cure Ashram, which was established by Mahatma Gandhi in 1946. Over the last 27 years, the ashram, under the leadership of Dr. Hegde, has introduced several new therapies of naturopathy, published many important books on nature cure, and trained traditional herbal healers, young professionals, and unemployed youths in naturopathy and yoga to improve their skills and to popularize naturopathy across the country. Dr. Hegde is specialized in natural resources management and environment. With an academic background comprising of MSc from GB Pant University, Nainital, MSc from University of Hawaii, program in Management of Agriculture from IIM Ahmedabad, and PhD from the University of Pune. He was associated with the BIF Development Research Foundations, founded by a very noted Gandhian, Dr. Manibhai Desai, since 1974, and served as the president and managing trustee from 1993 to 2009. He has written several articles on sustainable development, spirituality, and Gandhian way of life for prosperity and peace. His books, Positive Attitude for Good Health and Happiness, highlights the technique of developing constructive attitude and for attaining high moral values. This book has been translated in Marathi, Hindi language for the benefit of followers of naturopathy and for the general public. His other books, Gandhian Approach to Rural Prosperity, narrates the practical approach of sustainable livelihood. He has written 5 illustrated books on environmental protection for creating awareness among children. Dr. Hegde has served on various important committees of Government of India, includes the Scientific Advisory Committee of the Cabinet. He is presently serving as the trustee of MS Swaminathan Research Foundation of Agriculture Biotech Foundation and vice president of Kannada Singha Pune. He is recipient of following awards. In 1991, National Award by the National Council of Education, Research and Training, Government of India. In 1997, selected among 19 illustrations alumni over 19 years of University of Hawaii, USA. In 2004, Community of Welfare Award, Indian Merchants Chamber, Mumbai. And in 2014, Distinguished Alumni awarded by Vaikunath Mehta, National Institute of Corporative Management, Pune. It's a privilege to have you, sir. I welcome you on behalf of whole NIN and happy Diwali.
Thank you. Good morning,
Over to you,
everybody.
sir.
Today, I have a great occasion to share about Mahatma Gandhi's interest in rural livelihood, rural health, and the Nature Care Ashram. He has been an health expert. He worked himself as a part-time nurse in South Africa. He wanted to be a medical graduate, but he did not. But he took a lot of interest. He took important challenges in life to cure his own family members through naturopathy. His son, Manilal, when he was 10, he was almost in deathbed. He was running 104 temperature. Doctor had lost hope. And Gandhiji, with faith in God, treated with naturopathy. He packed him with the wet cloth. And that is the beginning of his success. Within 2 hours, he went out after seeing the son packed. He went out of the house for walk, reciting Ramnama, and by the time he came, his son started sweating. When his wife Kasturba was only 40, she had a major surgery as there was series of hemorrhages. Again, the expert doctor had lost hope, and he asked Kasturba, "Do you have faith in me?" She said, "Yes." "Do you have faith in naturopathy?" She said, "Yes." Then again, Gandhiji gave naturopathy treatment, starting with lemon and water. For 40 days, he treated, and she became perfect. So, Gandhiji and health can go together as same, two faces of the same coin. Then, shall we go to the slide? Then Gandhiji, when he came to India, he came with a mission to next one presentation, please. So Gandhiji came. He wanted to fight for the freedom with the British, and he was starting tour with the people. And he first thing he did was to go to the villages. In the year 1917, Gandhiji went with Acharya Kripalani to a village in Bihar. There were a lot of ladies, and the ladies were dirty. They had bad clothes. So he asked Kasturba to ask her why this lady is not wearing clean clothes. So that time, the lady replied to Kasturba that The sari I am wearing is the only one I have. Tell Mahatma Ji to get me another one, and I shall bathe out and wear a clean cloth every day. So that was the first encounter to Gandhi about the poverty. And then Gandhiji said that while fighting for the freedom, we must also fight for the poverty. As Gandhiji, next slide, as Gandhiji was moving around, he started realizing that villages are filthy, they don't have jobs, they don't have clean drinking water, and as a result, there is a lot of sickness. And Gandhiji thought that unless we eradicate sickness, people cannot work in the villages. There is no other way of livelihood. They have to work hard, they have to revive the old industries, and every time a person gets sick, they lose their wage, they remain poverty. So, next one. So he felt that there are resources, but people have to work. And Gandhiji had a dream of the ideal village. See, he wanted to have a perfect house, clean cottages, ventilated courtyards for housing cattle. He wanted clean streets. He wanted to have accessible, clean drinking water. He wanted to have clean grazing land and a dairy cooperative. And we wanted to have education in the school with industrial education so that children can take up employment after even dropping out of the high school. And he insisted that every village should have grain, vegetables produced, and khadi must be an employment source of employment. So that was his Gandhiji's idea. And he said, however, there should not be any plague. He has any smallpox. Gandhiji has been attending to these endemics wherever it appeared. So it was a major program to tackle. Next one, please. And Gandhiji, as you all know, he said cleanliness is Cleanliness is next to godliness, and he said that we must have good drainage system. We should not have any breeding ground for mosquitoes by stagnant water, and he wanted to make sure that people don't behave well. They don't split, or or use dirty, throw it out in the villages. He felt there should be tobacco should be banned, chewing of betel wine should be banned, and these are some of the Gandhiji's philosophy. Next one, please. So he again insisted that every village, in fact, the present government program are built on Gandhian values. He said in every village we have inexpensive flush toilets. And he said that until we make all the toilets, we should have the community toilets in one place. The volunteers should dispose of the excreta for manure, and it should be the responsibility of the villagers by themselves. Next one, please. So coming back to then, Gandhiji also said, when we think of the human body, he understood that it's a mission. He said it's a mission. It has several things, and it gets out of order. However, what it requires is not really medicine. It will rectify itself. You have to give a chance to adjust to the system itself. Then the body will naturally recoup. That was Gandhiji's learning. He also said that if we are not self-disciplined in food habits, or if our mind is agitated, emotion and anxiety is there, the body cannot eliminate. So, unlike any other doctor, Gandhiji was the first to say that the disease is also related with mind. It's not only the problem of body, but the mind. And he insisted that unless you are relieved of stress, anxiety, emotion, your body cannot heal itself. So this is where Gandhiji said that, we must have our own discipline. When you go to a doctor, doctor will only help you to clean and he will never tell you to change your habit. So it is a kind of source of employment for the doctor. Doctor lets the patient to indulge in a voice again and continue the medicine. So you are, you have become a victim of the doctor. Next one, please. So in spite of that, Gandhiji never rejected the medical profession. He had a friend, Dr. Panjivan Mehta. He had helped him in writing a lot of documents. Mehta had come to South Africa. Gandhiji was feeling fatigue. Then Mehta had given him some medicines. Gandhiji did take these medicines. However, Gandhiji felt that, this medicine is not going to do good for him. He still had headache, some after effect of medicines. So he said that he after following his close doctor, he said he started losing, the faith in the medicines. So that is how again his emphasis, his faith in nature cure came. So Gandhiji read a lot of literature. Then, he was practicing himself. The first book he got was Dr. Just's book, Return to Nature. A friend of him gave to him in Gandhiji. Next one, please. Other than just, he also read the book of Kune, Father Nape, and he really got confidence that nature cure is something which is worthwhile. It's a real scientific therapy, not just a blind or magic. Okay. So this is how, but he said, this idea must go to thousands and thousands of people, then only it will become very popular. So this is where Gandhiji, started further emphasizing on naturopathy. Next one, then he came to India. Then again, he started further emphasizing that it is a combination. It is. He also said, if you are becoming ill, it's a matter of shame, because many people think that our health is the responsibility of our doctor. On the contrary, Gandhiji said, it is your body. You have to take responsibility. If you are sick, in spite of learning about good habits, it's a matter of shame. Again, he also consulted many new physicians, treatments, and again, he felt that, the physicians are treating only the symptoms, only the body. So he felt that Ramanama must be, or the, so psychological treatment, spiritual treatment for the mind is an integral part of the, naturopathy. Next one, please. Finally, Gandhiji decided that, he must start doing something. He also realized that in naturopathy, patient will not come here. We have to go to the patient. And that's the reason why he also said the principle, he should be healthy, he should be free from epidemics, and, uh, we must teach the villagers as to how to remain clean, how to be healthy, and, fight the diseases and other ailments. So next one, please. Again, Gandhiji said all mental and physical ailments are due to one common cause of excess food, anger, and lack of sleep. Even today, it holds good. If somebody is sick, think, are you taking right food? Are you having anxiety and stress? Are you lacking in sleep? And he also felt that 99% of the illnesses can be cured without the drug. It holds good even today, more today. A well-regulated diet, water, and all the 5 Pancha Mahabhutas, like water, earth, air, sun, they can cure most of our diseases. A, a person who runs to a doctor for every little ailment, he becomes a slave of of his body instead of remaining the master. So remember, if you don't learn how to be healthy, you are a slave. That's what Gandhiji said. Next one, please. Then again, nature cure further. Gandhiji, as you know, he said that nature cure is not for selling. It is not selling medicine. It is teaching the one to learn how to adapt yourself to the system, understand the body system, understand the nature, and how to maintain a balance between the, environment, external environment, and the internal body. The nature cure begins where doctor's treatment ends. It's a very important message Gandhiji has given even today. Nature cure is a way of life. These are all the quotings from Gandhiji's own writing, and even so inspiring. Nature cure is a way where there is no room for illness. It is not a course of treatment. It's a way of life. So nature cure uses basic elements, 5 elements. Next one, please. Ram Nama. First time Gandhiji heard Ram Nama was from his domestic help. Ramba was there. Gandhiji, when he was child, he was very scared of devil ghosts in the house. So he was telling his domestic nani, Ramba, I'm scared of ghosts. Then she said, don't worry, you chant Ram Nama, you will be very strong. Ghost will not touch. That Ram Nama kept on, carrying Gandhiji until his last breath. And further, Ram Nama power, Gandhiji met a saint, Ladda Maharaj of Bileshwar. He was reciting Ramayana when his father was sick. And he himself said that he was a leprosy patient. He did nothing but, took the Bilva Patra leaves and made into paste and applied to the leprosy wounds. And then he chanted Ram Nama. And that Ladda Maharaj of Bileshwar was very hale and hardy. And Gandhiji had again faith that the Ram Nama, the word, has a lot of miracle, some power in it. Next one, please. The Ram Nama again, Gandhiji says, Rama means not only the Rama, it is Rama is known by different names. He can be Ishvara, he can be Allah, he can be Khuda, he can be anybody. All pervading God is Ram. And he again said, with Ramayana, it will be the soothing, medicine for the heart, for the mind. Hence, it should be integral part. However, Gandhiji said, potency of Ramayana, Ramanama, is so powerful. It is like an atom bomb. It's more powerful than atom bomb. And he says, however, Ramayana is subject to certain conditions. If your leg has a wound, simply by Ramayana, it won't work. You need to also take care of, you need to do fasting, you need to do other treatments than Ramayana. So he says that blindly Ramayana doesn't work. Ramayana is a faith which will support you in carrying out the required duties. It holds good for even our day-to-day life. Next one, please. So Gandhiji, he was almost perfect in nature cure. He wanted to do it in the village. He said that my nature cure in the villages doesn't require electricity, it doesn't require eyes, it doesn't require X-ray, it doesn't require microscope. He wanted a simple, locally available material. He wanted to start the naturopathy. He came to Pune. He saw a beautiful naturopathy clinic established by Dr. Dinshaw Mehta. But he felt this is not for the villagers. Villagers cannot be comfortable. They can't come to the village. So he became again impatient. He said, I must go to a village nearby and we must start something for the villagers. Next one, please. So finally, Gandhiji came to a village Uralikanchan in the year 1946, March 22. He came with Dr. Densha Mehta, Dr. Jangir Patel, Sushila Nair, Prabhavati, Jayaprakash Narayan, and he camped there for 8 days. And next day, from 23rd, Gandhiji himself started examining the patients. The first day, Gandhiji had almost 30 patients. He saw 5, 6 of them. He himself recommended all the medicines, like, he treated with diet, exercise, and also everybody he said Ramnama. He told them to have eliminative diet like milk, buttermilk, fruits, juices, and plenty of clean and fresh water. Next one, please. Next day in the evening, Gandhiji had a great sabha and also village sabha and also the prayer meeting. In these meetings, Gandhiji had selected 5 important prayers. And since then, in the Nature Care Ashram, we recite these prayers. These 5 poems are, or the bhajans are, first one is Dhyana Shloka, Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruthas. This is the shloka which says that we, pray the all-pervading Brahman, who is Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, all the powerful persons who devote, he is the all-pervading Brahma. Next one is Sarva Dharma prayer. Om Tat Sat Shri Narayana Purushottama Gurutu. There he says, you are the Purushottama, you are the Jesus, you are the Allah, you are the Armada, you are Yohan. So Gandhiji again invokes all the dharmas, religions to focus on the all-pervading God. Then the third prayer is about his 11 vows: Ahimsa, Satyavratya, Brahmacharya, Asangraha. Gandhiji had 11 vows. He wanted everybody to recite in the prayer, and he said, I want to accept and follow this. Fourth one is Raghupati Raghava Rajaram Patita Pavan Sitaram. Again, same thing, Raghupati Ishwara Allah Tiruna. And the fifth bhajan is very important bhajan, Vaishnava Janato Tene Kahiye. This is the bhajan which was written by Narsi Mehta in the 15th century. And Gandhiji liked this so much because the meaning of bhajan is the worst person who understands the pain of others is the Vaishnava. And Vaishnava is such person whose parents admire to have such children. And that is the Gandhiji's message. If you look to these 5 prayers, it encompasses the entire Gandhian values that we could adopt. So from then again, Gandhiji said, Ramayana is the most powerful tool, and we must adopt Ramayana. Without Ramayana, you cannot have peace of mind. Without peace of mind, you can't have better life. And in ashram, so we started doing it since 1946. This is 73 years. Next one, please. Again, after 6 months, the appointed doctor says, this is the report he wrote. In the 6 months, they had almost treated about 500 patients. This was mostly outdoor patients. And on the last day, 29th of very important meeting took place. Gandhiji, on 29th of March, a diplomat came from Delhi with a special train to take Gandhiji for a discussion, negotiation with the viceroy in Delhi. And he told Gandhiji, we must leave immediately because they are all waiting for you. That was 29th afternoon. Gandhiji said, look, I have given appointment with the villagers for a prayer meeting, and I cannot ignore the promise given to the villagers, because my meeting with villagers is as important as the meeting in Delhi. And Gandhiji said that if we cannot build villages like Uralikanchan, we cannot manage the independence in Delhi. What a powerful word. Even today, you realize that unless we build the moral and health fabrics of the villagers and the country, there is no meaning of independence in that. So Gandhiji had to postpone. He departed from Uralikanchan on 30th of March. He never came back. But he has been always telling, and he said, perhaps the uh, most better realization of Ramayana he was experiencing in Uralikanchan, because the treatment where Ramayana was major part gave great relief to the patients whosoever came at Uralikanchan. Next one, please. During the same visit, Gandhiji, he went to a village in Uralikanchan, in the suburbs of the villages, outskirts. He met a community called Mang community. They are they are known as tribals. They are criminals. Their whole livelihood was, criminals. So Gandhiji was so disturbed. Gandhiji said he felt very pathetic, and he said the nature care doctor cannot ignore the problems of the monks. Along with naturopathy, we must ensure that the livelihood, better quality of life of the people must be also ensured in the villages. That is the true meaning of Swarajya. Next one, please. After 6 months, there was a report from Dr. Bhagwat, who was appointed by Gandhi. Report says that the 6 months, 567 patients were examined. Only 23 people were indoor, and the rest of them were outdoor patients. And the treatments given were, water enema, hip bath, simple bath, cold water bath, mud bath, and juices, honey, water, and so on and so on. And we realized later that it's not very easy to have outdoor patients and get the naturopathy cure, because it requires a lot of discipline. It's very difficult, because it's not that we don't know anything. We know everything, but we don't follow, because we have so many other compulsions. That's the reason why we started insisting that naturopathy will be more effective if it is residential. So we started building the nature cure ashram at Uralikanchan. Next one, please. Even today, we maintain the discipline. Starting at 5 o'clock in the morning till 8:30, people are kept busy. We have body therapy, diet, and evening we have prayer, meditation, where all the Gandhian prayers. We give also some lectures to emphasize on Gandhian values. That is the way of peace. That's exactly the treatment, which is very important. So one must understand that bhajan, meditation, they are not outdated. They are not traditional. They are very well relevant even today, more important than before. So if at all you are listening, don't forget to follow the Gandhian values, and also the bhajans and prayers. They are very important for treating our stress. Next one, please. Last year, in 1 year, we had almost 9,800 patients. We had 66,800 indoor patients. We have accommodation for 120 patients at a time. Next one, please. You can see the profile of the diseases. One time, when the Gandhiji was treating naturopathy, it was more related to hygiene, sanitation, skin diseases, digestive disorders. Today, our major patients, 41% of the patients, they are the obesity patients. You can say then they are diabetes patients, hypertension, arthritis, musculoskeletal, uh, positive promotion of health, lumbar, respiratory, constipation, hypertension, and so on. If you can see, the disease pattern has changed, and you can link to modern lifestyle. Bad habit of eating, bad working, bad time of eating, junk food, and lot of stress. Next one, please. If you look to the body parts, stress affects almost 8 important organs. So if and most of the patients, I bet you, almost more than half the patients who come to the ashram, they are stressed, one or the other way. More the stress, more the disease. So if you are a stress patient, yoga, meditation, prayer play a very important role. There are also a lot of important things we need to say. Food, in food, we must remember there are a lot of herbal remedies. There are many household herbs which contain a lot of antioxidants like tulsi, neem, ginger, adrak, and so on. You must be making use of these food ingredients as part of the diet. The other important thing is body, the soul treatment by bhajan. I was telling the 5 bhajans, they are here. And what we have done, we have now developed a violin based music for Ramanam and Vaishnava Janato Tene Kahiye. In the Vaishnava Janato Tene Kahiye, the meaning has been given, and we tell the people who practice that understand the meaning of the prayer. When you pray, remember what you are doing, what you are saying. Sounds well, but unless you understand the meaning, it won't make any impact. So, if you understand that I should be a Vaishnava, you are not doing charity, you are not supporting Hindu religion, you are supporting your own strength, your own life, which is because dharma. Any child, any person who is born, he has a dharma, and all the dharmas have these. Gandhiji's 11 values are bound to all the religions. They name any religion, Islam, uh, Parsi, or Christianity. They have 10 commandments, the vows are there. And these Gandhiji's bhajans remind you that these are our dharmas. Once you follow this dharma, you remember Gandhiji, you'll always be happy, you'll be always healthy. And hence, we also brought out a lot of publication. Next one, please. Can I go to the next slide? Yeah, we brought a lot of publications. When we started our publication, we were thinking who will read our books. Then we realized that our books are more valuable than the books you get from overseas, because these are the books written by our doctors, naturopaths qualified. They have experienced with their own therapies with our own patients and have inculcated. These books are extremely important. People, this is written for the patients who can, common people, to understand how they can adopt naturopathy at home and how they can remain healthy. So, with this, we feel very great that, next one, please, that Uralikanchan Nature Care Ashram has been a pioneer since 73, 74 years. Probably if ashram was there, the naturopathy would have been forgotten, just because it was Mahatma Gandhi's well constructed program, just because we had very dedicated doctors. We had Vinoba Bhave's younger brother, Balkoba Bhave, and Dr. Manibai Desai. Incidentally, today is his death anniversary. He devoted his own life for the cause of Gandhiji. Because of them, they nurtured naturopathy in such a way to change with the time for the modern diseases. And as a result, naturopathy has become a kind of role model for the country. I feel proud that it is not nothing our contribution. It's Gandhiji's ideas and the dedicated souls who came to this uh, ashram. They made it possible, and I believe I'm grateful to the government of India. They recognize naturopathy as an important alternative. In fact, I have a strong feeling that in years to come, naturopathy becomes the main course of human treatment than anybody else. So, with that, I would like to conclude to say that thank you very much. Remember, naturopathy is the only way, that is the way you can practice. Naturopathy is nothing different from the medicine. It's a part of your system, part of your life, it's part of the environment. As long as you are able to adopt the values, adopt to the nature, you are a healthy person, you will never be sick. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It's like I myself have visited Uralikanchan. I've seen whatever things you have told. It's like whatever regimen you have told. Still till date, they are following everything, and the environment over there, and the staff and the doctors, they are beautiful. It's like that
You
institution
look,
is because
that's the reason why you look very healthy. Very nice. Thank
yes, sir. It's like it was his vision, Gandhiji's vision, on which we all are working and trying to like fulfill it, whatever he has dreamed. And it's like whatever he could see in those days, it's like we are not able to understand now also. So with these lines, it's like we'll take the question asked by our viewers and you can answer them one by one, sir.
thank you.
So the first question is, after so much of work of Gandhiji for sanitation, rural employment, education, and health status, do you feel there is any change in present scenario?
Yes, I think there is a lot of change. Change is coming.
Mm,
Two things are very important.
mm,
It's important that we have some mentors, facilitators to tell people that, what Gandhiji has said. Like, people do prayer every day. Somebody has to tell them. Similarly, we cannot take it for granted. We have to do it religiously. If you are fasting, it works, but you can't neglect. If you have to take juice right in time, you must take timely. Otherwise, it can go bad. So, for every respect, you see great change today. We have so much of demand for naturopathy, and people are feeling themselves. There are people who have adopted naturopathy. I must tell you, 90%, 97% of the patients who go with the success and satisfaction.
mm,
Among them, 3% of them, they say they are not successful because the diseases are not covered, because they are functional degenerations. Otherwise they are completely lost. They take some time coming into the rural life. Otherwise 97% patients, including the diabetic patients, we don't tell the people to reduce the medicine. They automatically, the level comes down. So we go with the scientific way. But the point is, everything people they do not take it for granted. We need to follow up. We need everyday prayer, because everybody knows that there is God, but still why we do? Because mind has, every day our mind gets 52,000 thoughts. So this thought is lost. That's why we must, somebody follow up, somebody should remind. That's the reason why once in a while you should have satsang, you should have dialogue, you should have webinars, so that then we get recharged. Thank
yeah. Yes, sir. It's like you were saying, today is World's Diabetes Day also, and India is
you.
deemed to be the world's largest capital of diabetes. So we'll take the next question, sir.
Yes.
Please share your views on Gandhi's concept of Gram Swaraj in the light of decentralization.
In fact, you see, Gandhiji's whole philosophy will work more effective with decentralization. Decentralization means we plan our own village, we plan our own program, we are the masters of our own society. In the British Raj, top to down approach doesn't work. And we have rightly 73rd Amendment done. We have given more freedom. Above all, education. Education. Unless people are educated, they are not able to take the power in their own hand. More you educate, particularly more you educate the female, women, girl children, better is the society, better is the health status.
Correct, sir. Now, the next question. India lives in village, and the development of the nation cannot be achieved without the development of the villages. So, in that case, what is your idea of a model village?
You know, Again, modern village, Gandhiji said, and Gandhiji said, our whole country lies in 7 lakh villages. So, in modern concept, what is important that we should have micro planning for every family, not village. If we have 1,100 families, 1,000 families in a village, every family should have a master plan as to how they can come out of poverty. So again, we cannot have force upon one program on everybody. You must understand the feelings, sentiments, resources they have. Based on that, teach them how to make their own plan. I have been working with BIFE, and we work in almost uh, four, five, 2 lakh, about a lakh of villages with about 50 lakh families. We see that we can eradicate poverty to the extent of 85 to 90%. Doubling of income is nothing. You go to a village and plan. If I plan in Delhi, it looks very strange. If I go to a field and say on this land how I can double the income, it's easily possible. We have thousands of villages, lakhs of families, particularly women getting out of poverty. Again, once again, women empowerment. Women know the priority much better than the men. So involve them. I always tell, we don't want to divide between men and women. Men and women are these two wheels of the same bullock cart. If one wheel is very big and one wheel is small, the bullock cart will only encircle. So think of that, answer will come. I always tell, a daily wage labor worker's wife, she gets 50 rupees from her husband for the day for cooking. She manages. Where is the MBA education for her? She knows within 50 rupees, what can I get? One day tomato becomes expensive. That day she will not use tomato. One day onion becomes expensive. She will not use it because there is nobody to listen to her plight. So to teach people, build confidence, teach them how to solve their own problem, and they are very capable. What is important is we need to educated people must recognize that they also have talent and they can solve the problem. Thank you.
Correct. So can
Any
you please?
question? Yes.
Sorry, sir.
If there is any further question, I will be happy to answer this. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, sir. There
Go
are
ahead.
questions. In fact, we have a lot of questions. We'll take
Great.
two, three more, and then we'll end the session.
Sure.
So there's one more question. Can you please explain about the BIFE strategies of empowering villagers?
Our strategy is very simple. One is empower the local people, particularly women.
Yeah.
That means, sensitize the community as to why women are also important, allow them to think and allow them to work. Organize people to say that, unless you develop yourself, nobody is going to come. Now, many times I feel sorry. People sit in the village and say government should come and, sell their produce. Which government? Who will help the poor farmer? So we tell you, don't depend. You take the government help, government policy, but don't depend on the manpower. You have to do your own work. So people have to organize their own way. Take all the help available from the government. Without government, we cannot. The policies are important. Resources are important. Then second thing is bring right kind of technology. So how do you get technology? You need to have a people's organization. If there is a local village organization, they can go to the agricultural colleges, they can go to the department, they can get new technologies, they can go to the market and find where the product can be sold better. In the olden days, the cooperative institution was designed to take up this responsibility. Unfortunately, the cooperatives, the leadership did not, follow the discipline. As a result, cooperative becomes sick. So these days we have alternative people's organizations like self-help groups, producer groups. Now there are producer companies. So what is needed is, dairy cooperative, how efficient it's working in the country. Because people in the village, they plan for themselves. Everybody has a right. They don't bring politics into the society. Then they think what is best for the farm. And when we talk of agriculture, even today, 85% of the income comes from agriculture. When you talk of agriculture, we must talk of value chain. How do you procure the raw material required, good quality raw material at a negotiated price? How do you market? If you can have forward-backward linkage, this can be done more efficiently by the people's organizations than anybody else. If you can tell these two things, educate and give new technology, proper technology, our training should be different. We should be telling the training on the ground, not in the classroom. Once you tell them new technology, farmers can be more successful. Thank
So there are two more questions. We'll take them.
you. Yeah.
So, what strategies could be used to sustain the balance between urban and rural development and mitigate rural to urban migration?
When Dr. Abdul Kalam was the president of India, he said, bringing urbanization to the rural. Because, why people like to go to the cities? Look to the people who have migrated from the villages. There are two kinds of migrations. One is prosperous migration and distress migration. Like you and me, we are all prosperous migrants because we have we got educated, we have better prospects. Even then, once you go back to the village, you say what a treasure of resources we left in the village and came back here for a busy life. Even after education, we go back to our traditional village, such a luxury life, such a rich culture, we are missing everything. We start repenting after some time, but it's too late. So this is the tragedy of the prosperous migration. The distress migration is people have no life. Firstly, they have no employment. The children have no education. There are no basic amenities. Now, if you can create, and we have tried in many of the places, you create employment. Like, for example, we had a tribal development program. The Adivasis were sleeping on the road, migrating for 8 months. Their land was degraded. We created, establishing horticulture. We provided water. They settled there. Many of the people who had migrated, they came back to the village and they started earning lakhs of rupees. So in short, what is to be done in the village? Create employment. It's not necessary that you should create only IT. Create better agriculture, livestock, some trades, so that some processing industries. Then villagers will have all round earning. Then amenities, clean drinking water, electricity supply, education for the children, good medical facilities. If these things are assured, people will be happy to go back. They will be happier to be living there, and the Indian villages will be more happy, uh, even prosperous. When you talk of prosperity, what is prosperity? It's not only money. Mental prosperity, such a rich, culture, rich tradition. You will never be having stress, and you will never be sick if you go to the village. Even today, you go and settle in the village, you will be very, very happy to be in the village than in the city.
Correct, sir.
Thank you.
So we have another question. There is a criticism on BIF that they destroy local breeds of cattle by exotic artificial insemination. Can you please explain this?
Yes, yes. It's a very important topic to my heart. It's very simple to say now. When Dr. Manibai started looking for employment, Manibai Desai, who came with Mahatma Gandhi to Uralikanchan nature cure, he decided that we must also do some rural development. He started looking for agriculture. He saw there were thousands of cows, but almost 80% of the cows were non-descript, because in the past people never understood the breeding philosophy. So any cow is bred by any non-descript bull. As a result, the cow productivity had gone down. In the year 1960s, 70s, the average milk production of a cow was only 200 liters, less than 200. That means every day she was giving half a liter of milk. And that's a result. They were not feeding, so they were not useful to the society. So Manibai said the cow, which is supposed to be an asset for the farmer, is becoming a liability. He's sentimental, he worships cow, but she is not giving any income. How can he will at the most he will let the cow to go to the forest and graze away, even the forest will go away. So Manibai said he made a very scientific study and said why these cows are lying like this. And some experts said, their genetic potential has come down. If you are able to improve the genetic potential, they will be able to manage. So Manibai experimented. Even Manibai ji had a gear cow. I don't want to say, disturb the sentiments. We had a gear herd in Uralikanchan. Gandhiji, after he took over in 1948, he brought a good herd of gear. He got Gopal Ratna Award, and his gear dairy was making loss. He asked some experts, why the cows are making loss? The gear cow, beautiful cows, they were champion cows. Then the expert said, the gear cows gives 6 to 8 month milk. Then another 1 year, 8 to 12 months, they remain dry. So whatever the milk income given, it's eaten away by her during the dry period. So Manibai was very disturbed, but he did not want to disturb gear cow. He said, if my gear cow is not making profit to the ashram, how can the local cow can contribute to the economy of the rural poor? So Manibai came to the understanding that these cows were going to the slaughter. People were not willing to have it. So he said, he in fact made a program that let me bring back all these cows which were going for slaughter to the ashram. We started breeding these cows with the exotic breeds like Jersey and Holstein Friesian because they had a higher production efficiency, reproductive efficiency. These breeds, their cows come into milk production at the age of 3. Our Indian cows come at 5 years. They produce, exotic cows give 3,000 liters, our cows give 200 liters. So Manibai wanted to experiment and see how we can try this. And he made a small experiment, and it was a kind of miracle. The cow which was giving 200 liters produced a daughter which produced 2,500 liters in a year. So with 3 cows, a family was able to come out of poverty. A cow which was traditionally maintained was not even fit for, if you give Godan, nobody was taking because she was a liability. Today, this cow is worth 50,000 rupees. So as a result, without any publicity, today 50 lakh families have participated in this program. And we have tested, there is a wrong notion that cow milk is bad. It is not true. There are scientific ways. If somebody has any doubt, I can send them my paper between the desi cow milk and the Western milk. We have no objection we have no problem with the desi cow breeds, absolutely no problem. We wanted to take this program to breed the non-descriptive, uneconomical cows which were roaming on the streets, to use them as a seed bed to produce better quality animal. And as a result, today, the income from our farmers who are producing milk is annually 15,000 crores of rupees. Okay, almost people with 2 cows, they are out of poverty. In this country where 40% people are below the poverty line, or now 30%. And on the other hand, we have cows which are starving. That is what Manibai demonstrated. And simultaneously, we also improved the local breeds. So the philosophy is, the question is, what do we do with the non-descriptive? Now, the non-descriptive farmer cannot maintain it. How he can't maintain himself, how can he do? This was a way. So people who have asked this question, they should feel that this is not an anti-government program. This is very much a very scientific program. And there are a lot of theories. Only thing is, there are people now who only want to worship cow. They don't want to maintain cow. Cow cannot be worshipped, it has to be maintained. Farmer doesn't want to maintain cow for worshipping. It is the urban people who have been wrongly fed about this. So it's a wrong conception. Government of India was also doubtful. We have shown them inadequately. There is absolutely no quality difference between the cow's milk of crossbred, exotic, and Indian breeds. So we have no hesitation to say that this is the right program, but it is not. Breeding a non-descriptive cow is not at the cost of maintaining the local cows. So we maintain that as well, and we do this. Even for improving the local breeds, we have brought a lot of new technology. As a result, even the Gir cow improvement is there. Sahiwal we are doing. Jafarabadi buffalo we are doing. So this is to need. Our philosophy is to help the farmer. By doing crossbreeding, we are not going to get any fame or any income. It was in the interest of the farmer. That's why farmer is understanding. So, and he is following it up. Is it okay? Thank you. I hope if there is anybody, you can share my email. I will be happy to answer them. Absolutely.
No, sir. Thank you for clearing that,
We
sir.
feel proud. We feel very proud about it.
Thank you for clearing that, sir. It's like we'll take the last question and we'll end today's session. So it is said that it's true that people used to come to Gandhiji seeking health advices as an excuse to meet him and spend times with him. So what is your take on that?
It is a human psychology. People who are not serious, of their life, they want to have shortcuts. Whether you meet Gandhiji or other Gandhis, nobody is going to help you. You have to ultimately, Gandhiji is inspiration. If I and you have not met Gandhiji, we can draw the same inspiration by reading his writings, by seeing his photograph. So people have a wrong notion that if I go to a big man, I become big. If I take a selfie with a big person, I don't become big person. Sometimes you think seriously, you become very small because you want to be so close to him, but you don't want to follow his ideals. So we are very sorry that Gandhiji is not with us, but his principles, his prayers, his messages are there. They can enrich you much more than people who have seen Gandhi.
Yeah. So thank you so much, sir. It was good to have you here. Now I would like to tell to our viewers that tomorrow's session will be on vision of Swaraj for multi-pronged perspectives of Mahatma Gandhi by Professor Gauri Srivastav from NCRT. So thank you everyone. Thank you, sir. Happy Diwali.
Thank you. Happy Diwali to everybody.
Yeah. Bye, sir.